friends, welcome or welcome back to the Blue Butterfly Tarot. Today we're looking into what they wish you knew, and I've got two piles for you. This is pile number one, this is pile number two. Pile number one is the White Newman Tarot, and pile number two is the Vice Versa Tarot. Take your time, see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to. I do want to say this is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If one pile's messages don't resonate, then choose the other. If both piles' messages don't resonate, then it just means that maybe there aren't any messages for you in this video today, but I do hope that at least one of the piles' messages do resonate. There is going to be an extended for this reading, so let's take a look at what you can expect in the extended. So the first question that we're going to be looking into is, what does your person's higher self wish you knew? And then we're going to be looking into, what are they afraid of? How do their friends and family influence them? What do they see next happening in your connection? Right, so details of the extended is going to be there in the description box below or in the pinned comment as well. The extended is available for everyone, right, if you wish to purchase it. I just feel like saying that because I think that there was a comment recently asking if it was only exclusively for members, but no, it isn't. All right, it is available for all to purchase. Anyone can purchase it. It is there in the description box below or in the pinned comment as well. Okay, so that's one thing about the extended that I wanted to mention. And then please be careful of scammers. You know, I would never reach out to you asking you to follow or subscribe or book a private reading. So just please be a little bit careful about that. My private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. I'm going to give you a few seconds now to see which pile or piles you feel intuitively called to, and then I shall begin. Hi, pile one. For those of you who chose the White Newman Tarot, this is going to be your reading, all right? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes, think of your person, breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Alrighty, go on. What they wish you knew. Let's take a look. Okay, Six of Swords, Knight of Cups, Judgment, the Empress, Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and the Hangman. We have Not For You, White Rose of Shekinah, I Can't Be Around You Right Now. So it's getting that with the Hangman energy already. Cuddle Time and Mastery 2222. Okay. So there's definitely some kind of physical distance between the two of you, not just emotional distance. So I feel like this person might be retreating at this point, might not really be talking to anyone, might not even be talking to you as well. For some of you, you could still be in a connection with this person, but it's just that you have been sensing their withdrawal. For others of you, yes, I can definitely see that there is some kind of no contact in this situation before. Now, here's what's actually going on with your person, because that is also part of what they wish you knew. This person in the past has actually kind of forced relationships to work for them, even though there were signs that it was not for them or it was not going to work out long term. So it's kind of like your person may have closed their eyes to red flags, may have kept pursuing a connection even though they knew inside that it was not for them. And because they have put themselves in that situation multiple times, your person is afraid that they are going to be making that mistake with your connection. And though, like, that mistake of theirs, which I'm seeing that they have repeated it in the past, it's actually brought them a lot of pain. Like, after the connections ended, your person would take some time to reflect and think about what went wrong in the connection, and every connection that they forced things to keep going despite the fact that maybe they were not in it completely, maybe they were feeling something off about the connection, or even if there was no mental and emotional connection, your person would force it to happen. They would kind of force themselves to be in the connection. And so this is a mistake that your person feels they've made in the past multiple times. Like, they would get swept up in the romance and they would keep working on the connection even though there were signs that it was just not meant to be, or it was not working out for the two of them. And that by itself what caused a lot of pain and humiliation on your person's end after the connection ended. It's kind of like, why did I even push for it? It wasn't like I was really into them. And then now I'm the one stuck dealing with this heartbreak. I'm the one stuck, feeling bad about the situation, and I'm the one in pain. So this is a mistake in your person's perception. This is a mistake that they have done in the past, and they're trying not to make that mistake at this point in time. Your person has analyzed that part of them that I get swept up in the romance, so I need to pause. I need to truly understand what I am feeling, and only if I am feeling aligned should I move forward in this connection. So the sudden withdrawal that you're seeing in your person, because I see that other times they're completely fine, like things were okay between the two of you, and then suddenly this person just stepped back. I think that they were getting too emotionally invested in this connection, and that kind of I can hear like an alarm bell in my mind, like just going off. So I feel like the more they started to become emotionally invested in this connection, it just scared them, because they've been in this situation before where even though they weren't all in, they forced themselves to be all in, maybe because they were lonely, or maybe because they wanted that story for themselves. And so your person right now is actually afraid that they're going to repeat the mistakes of their past, because they have a tendency to keep pushing through the connection, even if they are not 100% in, or even if they don't feel that alignment with the other person. And that is something that your person is trying to correct for this connection. So their silence does not mean they don't want this connection. Their silence actually means that they need to evaluate if this connection is really for them. And for that, they need that space from you, that physical distance, as well as giving themselves that time to understand what they are feeling inside. Now, yes, I understand that your person could have given you an explanation, or they could have at least given you a heads up, like, hey, I'm going to be taking some space, I'm going to be taking a step back. However, at this point in time, given that this is really a trauma response of some kind, it's just like immediate, it's just like alarm bells, and then they might even not be able to process what's going on within them as well. So what they wish you knew is their past, and how their past is actually affecting how they're showing up at this point in time. Now, for some of you, there is a chance that your person will come back, right? That energy I am sensing, because they will realize that they truly want this connection. They're not forcing it, or they're not pushing through because they want a connection in their life. They're pushing through, or they're coming forward because they genuinely want to be with you and they feel that emotional resonance. For some of you, I am sensing that, but for others of you, I feel like your person, or this person in particular, might feel that this connection is actually not for them. I am getting two separate paths coming through, and I know that the second path might not be what some of you are hoping for or would expect, but trust your intuition on this. All right, if you have felt that your person was genuinely into this and they genuinely wanted this connection, then yes, the route that is coming through is your person wanting to take some kind of action in this connection, where they come forward with stability and they push forward because they genuinely want to, and not because they're forcing themselves. Whereas for others of you, this is a moment of growth on your person's end, where they don't want to put you through the pain of them forcing through this connection and pushing forward, even though they don't feel that resonance. So that is actually a moment of growth for your person. I know it might be a little bit difficult for you to hear, but if you feel that route aligns with you, then that message is coming through. So they recognize, at least your person has recognized, that in the past, when they kept pushing through, despite the fact that they weren't feeling called to the connection and they just wanted to be in a connection, or they just wanted to feel the other person's love or like, but they didn't really feel that way about them. They just wanted that to feel loved. Yeah, they've realized that they've hurt the other person more as well, and your person doesn't want to put you through that, because at the end of the day, that pain kind of boomerangs back to them as well. So for some of you, I am seeing that route as well, where your person recognizes that they shouldn't be pushing this connection forward if they don't feel aligned to it. But yes, for some of you, I am feeling that it is going to be some kind of an offer your person is making, maybe to go a little bit slower, like take things one step at a time, because if they rush, then they might not be in tune with what they're feeling, and that might overwhelm them, causing more and more on and off cycles. So it's definitely your person coming in with a more stable offer of sorts after this time apart. But for others of you who resonate with your person going their own way, I feel that it is going to bring you stability in the long term. Yes, at this point it is chaotic. Yes, I completely understand that it's not what you're expecting. There is a lot of pain, but in the long run, and I know it's hard to hear this, in the long run, when you look back, you'll realize that both of you were better off going your separate ways rather than forcing this connection, especially when your person wasn't feeling it. And you deserve to be with someone who genuinely wants to be with you, who wants to put in that effort for you, who likes you for who you are and not what you can do for them, or not because of the love that you have for them. They also have to reciprocate that. They also have to be an equal part of this connection. And you absolutely deserve to be with a person like that. You deserve to be with someone who naturally aligns with you rather than forcing themselves to align with you. That's not healthy, first off, and it's not fair to you. It's not fair to them as well, right? So in the long term, it will start to feel stable, and it will feel like you're actually in a much better place rather than constantly pushing this connection forward with someone who wasn't really into it but was pushing themselves for the sake of wanting to be loved by you. All right, so there are two paths that are so distinct. I understand that, but it is coming through to me. So I feel like saying, but the common theme for all of you is that you will feel stable about what has happened up until now. Like, I know that things might be up in the air at this point. It might be chaotic at this point in time. However, it is going to be leading to stability. Whichever path your person chooses, they are going to be aligning with their truth. That is the most important thing. If it is for them, they will align with their truth. If they recognize that it is not for them, they're not going to force it, they're not going to push through, they will let you be, and they will continue on their path and not force themselves to be a part of this connection, right? So that is the common theme for all of you, that first off, you're going to feel stable and secure about what is going on at this point in time, though it might be a little bit of future energy, but you will, gain an understanding of why this had to happen this way. The second is, regardless of what your person chooses, they're going to be choosing what aligns with them. And that is actually significant growth on their end. They're recognizing what they feel, and then they're aligning with that. All right? Let me get you one message or one advice that wants to come through. How one? Your person wants the most peaceful path for the two of you. That is the most important thing for them at this point in time. All right, whatever that decision may be, even if it is a difficult decision, your person wants that for the two of you. They don't want to be unfair to you. They don't want to be unfair to themselves. They want to show up in a way that shows growth within them. And one thing that your person has realized is every time they are misaligned, every time they force themselves to do something that they don't want to, they feel a lot of chaos within them. There's a lot of pain that they have to put themselves through, and your person is really craving inner peace. So for those of you who resonate with this actually aligning with what your person truly wants, they will start, the space is giving them the distance and the time to understand that this connection actually brings them peace. It's kind of like your person is bracing for pain at this point in time, and then they're realizing that no, I'm actually feeling peace, which means this is aligning, this is what I want, and then they will move forward. For others of you who resonate with, your person going their separate ways because they were forcing themselves to want this connection, what they realize is this distance brings them peace. They'll realize that, okay, if I'm not forcing this connection, and if I choose to move forward in this connection, it's bringing that pain, it's bringing that chaos, and I don't want to put myself through that again. I don't want to put the other person through that again. So I will choose my inner peace and I will walk away from this connection. All right, so again, common theme for all of you is that your person is choosing inner peace. They are choosing what aligns with them, which is actually a sign of significant growth in your person. The outcome of it, yes, some will align with this connection, some might not align with this connection, but it will align with what you deserve in both cases. All right, Pawan? Okay, I know that this was a little bit of a difficult reading, especially for some of you, but that was the message coming through, and sometimes it does happen, right? It does happen that the connection, you wouldn't want to put someone, you wouldn't want someone to force themselves to be with you. It's not right. So that message had to come out, I guess. So yeah, I know it was a difficult one, but I do hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation that you are looking for, Pal 1. Right? There is going to be an extended for this reading, so let's take a look at what you can expect. So what does your person's higher self wish you knew? What are they afraid of? How do their friends, family influence them? And what do they see next happening in your connection? So we're going to be tapping into those energies in the extended. Details for the extended is going to be there in the description box below. I just wanted to say that it is available to everyone, all right? It is not exclusive to members or something like that. No. It is available to all for purchase. The details are in the description box below, all right? Okay, then what else? I also have to tell you that my private readings are open right now. You can check the details in the description box below. Pal 1, take care, trust your intuition. You always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye. Hi, Pal 2. For those of you who chose the Vice Versa Tarot, this is going to be your reading, all right? Before we get into the reading, let's just take some time to realign our energies. So close your eyes. Think of your person. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Alrighty, Pal 2. What they wish you knew. Let's get into it. What they wish you knew. Okay. We have the Seven of Cups, the World, Five of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Justice, the Tower, and we have the Emperor. Okay. I also have your Oracle cards. We have Mending, Mother of Dragons, No, Financial Stress, Journey. Okay. And we have also the Eight of Swords popping up in your reading today. Okay, what your person wishes you knew. This is heavy energy coming through, Pal 2. At this point in time, they cannot see a way out of what they're going through. Your person is definitely struggling. It doesn't necessarily have to be financial stress, but this is definitely something external happening in your person's life. For some of you, it could be something that could lead to their finances, like for example, their education, or maybe they're studying, maybe their work environment at this point in time, or it could actually be, yes, debt, financial stress that is going on, or maybe there was a sudden expense that your person did not account for, sudden increase in their bills that they have to pay, and that might also be leading to some kind of stress. So yes, I am seeing that, but it does look something to be outside of your connection that is really stressing your person out. Honestly, I would not be surprised if your person has been like struggling mentally, emotionally, and also physically because of what they are going through. At this point in time, your person is very clear that they cannot invest in this connection right now. All right, they're clear about the right now part. They do want to, but at this point in time, they cannot. It has just been taking so much out of them. Whatever it is that they're going through, they can't really see a way out of what they're going through. Though I do feel with the Eight of Swords coming out and the Five of Pentacles coming out of this side, I feel that the solution is kind of available to your person at this point in time, but your person is not ready to accept that. That is just coming to me as a reader, but what they wish you knew is that they cannot figure out a way to handle what is going on in their life at this point in time. I'm feeling, how do I say this, like, as a loss of self-confidence that I'm feeling suddenly within me, and it's kind of like I'm doubting everything about what I have achieved so far in my life just because of this one thing that I'm not able to solve. It's kind of like that energy is coming through. So your person's self-confidence might have taken a hit at this point in time. They might also be doubting themselves. They might also be doubting their worth, might not be feeling like they are capable of doing anything in their life. They're not worthy of anything. These are all the thoughts that are coming through. Like I said, this is a heavy reading. The moment it came out, it was pretty clear that your person is not doing very well at this point in time. Maybe they're not able to express it to you given the magnitude of what they're going through, or maybe your person thought that they would have it figured out by this time. That's where the self-confidence hit is coming through as well. So they thought, okay, what's the point of telling you and burdening you and bothering you about it? But they haven't been able to resolve it, and it's taking longer than they expected. And even though your person knows that there are certain things that they can do to resolve the problem, they don't know which path to take, and they're overthinking every single path. It's kind of like they want to take the best path, but they don't know what that path is, or they don't know what's going to lead them to the best outcome at this point in time. So that by itself is very, very confusing for your person. I do feel that this is a necessary process that your person is meant to go through at this point in time. With the Tower coming up and a journey, this might be a lesson that their soul has agreed upon before coming on to this path. So there might be shedding of some ego. There might also be breaking down of certain things in their life that was not serving them in the past. That message per se is not coming to me, like what exactly is breaking down in their life, like what foundation was not serving them. Yeah, that message is not coming to me. So probably there are just so many of you that maybe different messages coming through, but also maybe I might just be blocked from it at this point in time as well. But overall, your person's desperate to close this cycle out in their life. Like they're not able to pay any attention to this connection, though they know that this situation that they're in is harming this connection, and they know that there is some mending that will happen in the future, or that should happen in the future. But at this point in time, they're not even able to think about it. It's just they're heavily focused on what they're going through. They're desperate in a way to close out this cycle, to just cause an end. But how to even end the cycle, that's also something that your person's not figuring out. I would not be surprised if your person's put themselves in this situation again and again, or it's time to finally get out of the situation. So this is that final dip before things move upwards for your person. That could also be it. Overall, there is a deep desire within your person to get rid of this stress and to be secure within themselves, to finally tap into happiness where everything is working out for them. But no, at this point in time, it's just not working out for your person. It could also be that your person wants to surpass, or wants to, something about their the ancestral line that's coming through, and your person either wants to surpass what has ever been done in the ancestral line, so that might be adding stress. They might be adding stress onto themselves, putting that additional pressure onto themselves, or it is part of, with Mother of Dragons coming up, it is part of their creation code that they are meant to surpass their ancestral line, the cycle of possibly financial stress, or mishandling of finances, or not being able to, for some of you, I'm hearing break the glass ceiling. That's also one more message that's coming through. But it also could be maybe generational wealth block. Your person is meant to break it for good or unlock it. That's also another message that's coming through. But there's something coming through that maybe it's onto your person to, like I said, it's something part of their soul's journey, so that they agreed upon before coming here. So it might be breaking a cycle of maybe generational poverty is also what I'm hearing, but generational debt is also what I'm hearing. Yeah, maybe your person, it's onto your person's soul to break that for this lifetime, and that's why there's so much of stress about it, or your person's feeling that internal pull, which is adding that pressure onto them. Because there's something about, like I said, this tower feels deep to me. So it might not just be breaking their own unstable foundation, but unstable foundation for generations that's coming through. This decision is weighing very, very heavy on your person, like what to do next, how to get out of this situation. And it might actually be that big, given it's trickling down from generations as well. But yeah, what they wish you knew is it's not that they don't care about this situation. It's that they have this weight of responsibility on them that they feel they need to clear out right now. And it's like this deep pull within them that they possibly don't even understand it. Like I said, I think it's just coded within them, like it's in their soul's blueprint of sorts. So their conscious mind probably does not understand where this deep desire is coming from, where this deep pull is coming from. But at this point in time, your person's stuck. They're quite stuck, but I do feel that is part of the process. Like coming out of this stuck is what is actually going to remove every single blockage that's been there. I'm also hearing it will not continue to the next in line. So your person is stopping whatever has not been working out for their generational line. That's also one more message that's coming in. It's a big responsibility for your person to take on. And they recognize it. I mean, we have the world coming out, justice. We also have the emperor coming out. And we have the tower, yes. That's the main thing coming out. So it's, your person's at a pivotal point in their life. And it's kind of like they're the chosen one. That's also the message that's coming through. I'm also hearing soul mission, so there's something about it that your person's undertaken for this lifetime, something beyond them that's coming through. Like I said, it might not make sense to them because they might not be fully aware of it yet, with the emperor coming out on the other side as well. They might not be fully aware of it yet, but it's through the process of figuring out solution for this that your person will understand that this is actually beyond them. Yes, with the 10 of Cups coming up over here, as much as they do want your help and your support through this, they know that this is something they have to do on their own, Paltu. So if they haven't reached out to you for help, it's not because they know that you can't help them, or they think that you can't, or you don't know how to, and which actually might also be true, but they understand there's something within them that feels like this is something they have to carry out on their own. They cannot take help from anyone. So that might be seen in 3D more like your person shutting down, not taking help from anyone, maybe going within, or even thinking that no one can help them, that kind of thought process. But they wish for your support, but they know that they can't take it right now. They're not supposed to as well. Right? So if you want to send love and support to your person energetically, you can absolutely do so. They will receive it. But in terms of 3D help, I think that this is something your person needs to figure out. Energetically, they can lean on you for support, but even that feels wrong to me to say it. So energetically, receiving your support is something that they would accept, but they are not supposed to lean on you for that support, for that help. That's something that's coming through that's very important. It does feel a little bit 5D energy coming through, like it's very up in the air, and even the messages that are coming to me is very, very energy oriented. So even to explain it to you, I have to say that in 3D, they cannot do it because that's not what's supposed to happen. That's not the way that it is supposed to unfold. Your person is meant to understand this themselves. They're meant to figure it out themselves, and possibly they're meant to figure it out in solitude. Sometimes that can happen. Sometimes that is part of the soul's journey, like the lesson that they intended to take for that lifetime. Like they do it only on their own, and they shut down and they figure it out from within themselves. So sometimes that is part of their code. That is part of their internal process that they decided before coming here, right? But if you want to send energy to them, healing energy, love, and support, you can absolutely do so. But in terms of 3D help, yeah, I don't think that, first off, I don't think that this person will receive it very well. Second, I also don't think that there's a limit to what you can do for this person in 3D. And it's meant to be that way because your person's meant to figure it out themselves, all right? Okay, so that brings me to the end of your reading. And yeah, we have 9 of Swords coming out also for your reading. Your person's in very, very difficult energy, right? They will figure it out. It's part of their process. They are meant to, but it might take some time for them to come out of this energy, all right? So thank you for allowing me to read for you, Pal 2. I really hope that this reading brought you the comfort, clarity, and confirmation you're looking for. There is going to be an extended for this reading, so let's take a look at what you can expect. What does your person's higher self wish you knew? What are they afraid of? What do their friends, family influence them? Or sorry, how do their friends and family influence them? And what do they see next happening in your connection? Okay, so these are the details that we will be looking into in the extended. I do want to say that the extended is available to everyone. It's not specifically to a certain group of people, like members, for example. No, this is available to everyone. You can check out the details in the description box or in the pinned comment as well. I just wanted to be specific about it. Yeah, my private readings are also open at this point in time, so you can check those out. Details of them are in the description box as well. Alrighty, Pal 2, this is where I'll leave you for today. Thank you so much. Take care. Trust your intuition. You always have free will. Catch you in my next one. Bye-bye.